Hey, welcome back. On the stand here is the Motron Medalist. So Italian, it's basically a Ferrari. That was my quote. I'm going to do some shout outs in this video. That was a quote from Rich Condor, aka Barter Fiend, whom unwittingly partially inspired the purchase of this Motron Medalist by me. So thank you, Rich. I'll link to the inspiration below so you can check it out yourself. We'll see if Rich is watching. Rich, if you're watching, don't be scared to comment below and say, hey, I'm watching, man. I'm checking this out. This is good stuff. Well, we hope it's good stuff, right? Anyhow, hey, the newest acquisition is on the bench because it ain't rotted. So in this video, we're going to go over all that is wrong with the Motron Medalist. So where to begin? Actually, I took a clip about one of the major problems, and I'll insert it right now, right in here, right there, actually right after this. Okay, this wiring fiasco is driving me nuts. So before we take a look at everything else that's a problem, I need to do something to address this. Actually, I should do a shout out to Joey Bone Crusher Murdoch something. He's got many names. I can't remember them all. But anyhow, I told the Bone Crusher that I was thinking about picking this up, and I didn't really understand why. And he informed me why. You are picking this up, Jack, because you want something different, and that's exactly right. And then I told my friend Carl that I'd picked it up. Well, actually, he learned that I had picked it up, and he asked me, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Well, I'm not sure exactly, but it is always good to learn new things because you can apply them to more familiar things, or you can apply more familiar things to the new things. So a little of both is going on here, and I'll get to that in a moment. And I also want to do a shout out to Trent Anderson, our Ohio Motron expert, who's owned not only several medalists, 4 or 5 I think, but he's also owned other Motron bikes. I think, you know, they just, you know, get into your, you know, weak spots and, you know, form part of your being, and you've got to get more. Anyhow, enough of that. And thanks for the help so far, Trent. As you can see, we're looking at, and you know, where the stator should be related to that no spark clip. So I've removed the stator, and I think I'm just going to have to break down and get new points. I'm going to have to break down and spend money and get new points and a new condenser and try that. I will try to clean these points one more time. I've cleaned them several, and actually, you know, those look a lot like Yamaha Chappie points. See, applying something familiar to something new. So I've got a new set of Chappie points. I had to double check and see if they're the same. We'll just, maybe, you know, a lot of times, you know, after you've owned about, you know, 86 of these things, mopeds in general, you develop a stockpile of stuff. So, you know, my motto is, don't buy anything new because you probably already have it and you just don't know. Give yourself a few days to remember, right, or think about things. But anyhow, so yeah, stator goes here, flywheel. And actually what's kind of cool about this is it has a fan. Doesn't have a fan right now, but this is the fan shroud. Goes right over this. And then I won't put the stator in, but we'll just, you know, for visuals, we'll put in the flywheel. So, and the Woodruff key is kind of worn down, much more than expected. Matter of fact, if I had to take that out, well, we don't have to put it all the way in. If I had to take out the Woodruff key, that would be a challenge. So anyhow, there's either a plastic or aluminum fan that you can screw into the flywheel. Of course, you know, a previous owner broke off the screw in there, so I'll have to drill that out. And then you screw on this plastic fan, and then, excuse me, obviously they were trying to get to the bottom of this no spark issue too, because they removed the fan and they removed the cover, and they were forever lost. Probably thrown away by mom or dad. Who knows? I don't have them, which is most unfortunate. And so anyhow, this cover comes over here, and there's an opening here, and it blows cool air over the cylinder. Wouldn't that be neat to apply this to like a Yamaha QT50 or a Honda Express, right? You know, it could be done, I think. And while we're at it, if you get, this is a Minarelli V1 engine. And if you ever get one and are troubleshooting spark, the easiest way, we'll just put that in there for now. The easiest way to do it is, you've got, now it depends on, apparently this Minarelli V1 engine went on every, at least Italian moped that they could throw it on, and maybe some others beyond that. So it's a pretty common engine, which is kind of nice, because if you go on a moped parts site and look up this engine, there'll be like, you know, 8, 10, 12 pages of stuff. It's, you know, the amount of choices, the upgrade choices, the amount of exhaust pipes, etc., and kits, and, you know, stuff like that are just mind-boggling. It's, I got in, you know, this Honda and Yamaha stuff, that was a mistake. I mean, you know, when I got into it, there was like, I don't know, 1 or 2 aftermarket pipes for the Yamaha, and maybe 1 for the Express, and maybe 2 for the Urban Express. I don't know. So, anyways, another reason, kind of accidentally discovered or happened upon, for getting into these is there's just myriad parts, upgrade options out there, and so it's pretty cool. So yeah, troubleshooting. So we've got 3 wires coming out of the stator. What was I saying? Oh, just to fool you, on different mopeds that have this engine, sometimes they switched at the coloring. But on this one, if I'm doing it right, blue is the ground, and red is the wire coming out of the coil, or going to the coil. So if you want to troubleshoot spark, just unplug all of them, take the blue and ground it. I've got it grounded to the intake. And then take the red and hook it up to your coil. And that way it takes everything else off the system, and you can check for spark. So FYI. Anyhow, so I've got to break down and check and see if I've got points that work or whatever. So let's go on to other things that are wrong before this video gets way too verbose, prolix, wordy. loquacious. I don't know. I guess I would be loquacious. The video wouldn't be. But, oh, what's kind of cool is I think I've seen these before on the carburetor, these SHA carburetors, but so some of them have like this tiny little air box. See, it goes like on the carb here, and then the screens are still there. But I thought that was pretty cool. And you can see maybe why they did it this way was, you know, if you ever lost the front fender, there's the holes are back here. If you ever lost the front fender, this would kind of protect, you know, the carburetor. Maybe, I don't know why they did it, but it's kind of cool. And it probably offers a little sound deadening as well. And here's the two holes. And I cleaned them out, but mud daubers, those wasps, had built a little nest inside there. So it was sitting somewhere, maybe in a garage or a shed or maybe outside, and wasps made a home out of this. So that tells me a little of the back history of this. The seller bought it from somebody. I don't know if it was a result of a death or what, but anyhow, it was basically in boxes upstairs in the attic of this older lady. I don't know. Maybe she's still alive. Maybe she's just looking to get rid of it. Who knows? Maybe she went to a retirement home. I don't know. But anyhow, that's how the seller came upon it. And so I'll add to the story through my investigative discoveries that unless wasps were getting into the attic, which could be the case, maybe that was the case. I don't know. Or it could have been a shed or garage or even, I don't know if it was outside, but anyways, the carburetor probably definitely needs cleaned. I took the head off already, and actually the piston and cylinder look good, which corresponds to the amazingly low 507 miles on the odometer. So maybe the odometer quit working, but it looks like it's hooked up over here, up here. There's a cable. I'll show it to you eventually, or maybe not. And then, of course, these little footrests are gone. I was thinking of just, they're hard. I found them on eBay, but they ship from Greece. I don't know if I want to pay shipping. I thought of just making something out of aluminum or metal, or just leaving it as is. I don't know. We'll see. And then it's missing the chain, unfortunately. And then here's the taillight brake light. I thought this was different for me. A lot of you probably not, but it says tail lamps on it. This is the brake, and this is the, maybe I shouldn't touch them with my oil, not really oily fingers, but I guess oily to a light bulb. So brake light, tail light. And then the way they've got this thing wired up is, they've got this resistor thing on it. And basically, if you don't have I don't know if you need both bulbs or just the brake light, but if you don't have one or the other or both, it won't complete the circuit and it won't make spark. So I had, when I had read everything there was to read about Hondas and Yamahas and the like, I started reading about stuff I didn't have, and that was one of the things I picked up. And I don't think I have this wiring right back here, but it doesn't matter because, like I said, I unplugged the whole system, and or I unplugged, that part of the system so I could test for spark without having to worry about, that kind of stuff. And then, now my bet is these are the original Pirelli tires. They actually don't look too bad. but I should probably replace them, right? Here's the exhaust is a little rusty, but that'll clean up. I don't know what my plans are with this. Right now it's just to get it running and replace some of the missing parts. So it's missing the oil cap, but I found another one of those at, I forget, I don't know, 15 bucks or something for a stupid oil cap. And I checked, and you know, my QT50 and Chappie oil caps will not fit that. This is extremely tiny. He said I needed to adjust that, but actually the clutch seems to be working, but maybe I can make it work better. I don't know if the headlight works. What else? So here's the gas tank, and at first glance inside it doesn't look bad, but you can't really see down at the bottom here. It was missing the mounting hardware. Here's the petcock, and there's the petcock diagram, I guess. So we'll see. Seems like it's okay. So there was like a book rack or something on here, but it's gone, of course. But it was so small that what are you going to stick in there? Your tablet or something? And I don't mean your computer tablet. I mean your paper tablet. Although you could probably get a computer tablet in there if you were crazy enough. Here's the headlight of the Motron Medalist. I'll be lucky if that works. And they make a long seat. Of course, it looks like, hold on a minute, let's go back there and look at that. So it's just kind of like a bicycle seat. And I'm even wondering if you can adjust the seat height. You probably should be able to. But there it says Motron and stuff on it. So I'm wondering, I've seen them with this real long seat. That'd be kind of cool. So I don't know. Maybe I'll swap it out, maybe not. I don't know if we got different pedals on each side, and I don't know if either of them are original, so I don't know. What else have we got on here? Still has the reflectors. I thought that was kind of nice. The horn was bent, and I've kind of bent it back. It took a beating somewhere, but you can barely tell now. I still got to straighten it some more. Not the best angle, but anyhow, it's got all the cables, got all the levers, and I don't have a lens or a cover for the rear tail light, which sucks. Oh well. Parts are kind of hard to come by, or some of these parts are kind of hard to come by, but I kind of like the army green color. And let's see, did I give out all my shout outs? Let's see, I shouted out to Rich, Trent, the Bone Crusher, Carl. Was there anybody else on this Motron thing? I'll shout out to Benny, because been keeping him apprised of the Medalist acquisition as well. So there you have it. I guess I got to spend some money to get, well, I might have to spend a little. I already spent, I ordered the fan off of eBay. Let's go back to that. What's this? Ciclomotore. Pirelli ciclomotore. What do we got here? Tube type. Okay. Anyhow, one other neat thing is all these cables are like this. See how that's just, you know, bare cable coming out this? So the front, rear brake, and the clutch are all like this. If you want to like tighten the cables, you just unscrew that, pull this out, and screw this back in. And you know, all these moped types talk about making their own cables. Well, no kidding, bro. When the one side of it is just bare cable, makes life easy. Come on, man.